Hello, and welcome to a look at Shadow Dancer for the Amiga, a Sega arcade original that was converted by Images Software and released by US Gold. The plot scenario thing for this game is that some rather unpleasant individuals has placed various rather large firecrackers around the metropolis, and Joe Musashi, being the super spiffy, epic, incredible, overpowered, at your own words, master ninja, has decided that he doesn't like those firecrackers being present, so off he goes, grabbing his best friend, a K9 called Yamato, and he seeks out the various firecrackers and tries to dispose of them. On his way, he will have to fend off against various bad guys of various kinds, using various tools against him, ranging from knives to rifles to saves to whatever else you can imagine. And of course, which is par for this type of game, after defeating a certain amount of enemies and finding enough firecrackers, you can progress to the next stage, and each stage will have a set, or each level will have a set of stages, I should say, that's probably the correct phrasing. And then at the third stage of a level, you will be facing a tougher bad guy. Some would perhaps even call it a boss. Once defeated, you will access a bonus game, and then you will move on to the next level and rinse and repeat. Joe has access to shurikens, or ninja stars, throwing stars, or whatever else you might call them, metal things that hurt a lot when thrown into the face of people. He also has his Shinobi sword, which is a funky name for katana, perhaps a wakizashi. I don't know whether it's the short sword version, but he can use those tools to slice and dice and hurt bad guys of various kinds. But as he goes around and disarms the rather large firecrackers, he will be awarded bonuses. The first few runs will just give him point bonuses, but eventually he will get a weapon upgrade, and in true ninja fashion, he puts away his ninja throwing stars and equips a rather large gun with apparently explosive ammunition, because every single time he hits something, it looks like a minor explosion. Very ninja-esque, I would argue. But of course, because fun is fun, once he has completed a level, he will start the next level having thrown his gun away, because he suddenly realized that guns and ninjas doesn't work. Until he finds the next one, and yeah. Besides his weapons, he also has access to ninja magic, because of course we can't have ninjas without magic. It's not a proper ninja. And he will have a set amount of ninja magic charges that he can use, which will destroy any enemy on screen and do a lot of damage to an end of level boss. The unique thing for this game is his friend Yamato, which is of course a dog that he can send in to distract enemies by taking a good chunk out of their arms. And while they're busy trying to fend off against the dog, the hero can go and slash them, or throw ninja stars at them, or shoot them, or whatever else he decides to do. The dog is not invulnerable though. Once it has been wrestled, by a bad guy or hit by a thrown, fired, or whatever else weapon, it will diminish into a little puppy. And once you have defeated a set amount of enemies, the puppy will go big again and can be used as a distraction tool. From a graphical point of view, I think I will consider this game to be looking decent. Nothing stands out as being epically great, but nothing necessarily stands out as being epically bad either. The color choices are a bit questionable, and the colors in general look a bit lifeless. The fact that you can have enemy gunshots on certain stages blend in with the background is rather unfortunate when you're trying to avoid being shot at. Sound effects. Sound effects is one of those wonky things, unless they stand out as being epically good or epically not so good. As long as they're informative, they work, and the sound effects in this game work. You can identify gunshots, you can identify the dogs barking and that kind of stuff, and as such, I have nothing much more to say about them. The music, certain people have said that this version's music sounds better than the arcade original, which I cannot confirm. But we all like different things, and some people absolutely love the music in this game, and personally I could take or leave most of the tunes, and some of them I found rather dull. Again, each to their own. The controls are what you hope them to be. Left, right will move, left, right, fire will throw a shuriken, fire a gun, or if the enemies are close, slash them with a sword. Up to jump, down to duck, and if you need to access a higher point of the level or jump into the background, you press up and fire at the same time to jump into the background, and down and fire to jump back to the foreground. Diagonally forward and fire will send your dog out to distract an enemy by taking a good bite out of their arm. The controls work. They can feel a bit sluggish, but that is more due to the fact that the graphics are not moving as smoothly as they could. And personally, I don't find the controls to be as snappy as I would like them to be. But it works as a whole. Shadow Dancer is supposedly a semi-pseudo kind of sequel to the game Shinobi. In Shinobi, you were in charge of Joe Musashi, who went out to rescue children. And in this game, especially when it comes to the arcade original, depending on what region you played the game in, you were either in control of Joe Musashi or his son, or someone completely different. And in Shadow Dance, of course, you are disarming bombs or firecrackers, whatever else you call it. And you have your dog you can send out to distract enemies. Besides that, and of course level design, the two games are pretty much identical in most ways. I personally don't feel that the differences between them is enough to justify the tag sequel. Certain people might consider this to be a cheapskate rehash of the original material with an added gimmick through using the dog. But personally, the way I see this is that due to the fact that the Amiga conversion of Shinobi was atrociously poor, that Shadow Dancer is a playable version of that particular title more so than its own entity. The gameplay features an awful lot of trial and error, which may or may not be to your liking, until you get to know how enemies behave, how they move, how they attack. You can get bushwhacked very easily, and depending on your patience, you may want to plod on and try to get past sections, or you may throw the game away, screaming very loudly doing so. that note, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye for now.